When multiplying whole numbers in 5th grade, another strategy we ask students to try is partial product. At first glance, partial product looks a lot like the standard algorithm, but then it asks students to build on their place value knowledge. Let's check it out. So I'm going to write out the problem, 385 times 5, and then I'm going to multiply. So 5 times 5 is 25. Now what makes partial product different is that I'm going to write out my answer right here, 25. I can just keep track of what I'm doing right here. Then 5 times 8, but that's really a 5 times 80. So there's the place value knowledge. 5 times 8 is 40, using the patterns of 0 or powers of 10. 10 times bigger. 5 times 8 is 40. Add a 0, 400. And then finally, 5 times 300. 5 times 3 is 15. Add the 2 zeros. We're going to add up our three partial products and get our answer, and get the product. 5 plus 0 is 5, 2 plus nothing is 2, 4 plus 5 is 9, 1 plus nothing is 1, 1,925. Let's check out this strategy with a 2 by 2. So we have 23 times 72. Just like standard algorithm, I'm going to start with that 2 in the ones place. I'm going to do 2 times 3 is 6. Then 2 times 2, but that's a 2 times 20. 2 times 20 is 40. I'm going to add these up right now just to keep track of them. So I'm at 46. Now I'm going to move over to the 7 in the tens place. That's a 70 times a 3. So 70 times 3. 7 times 3 is 21. Add the 0. 210. Then 70 times 20. 7 times 2 is 14. Add the 2 zeros. I'm going to add up my partial products and get my answer. 6, 5, 6, 1. 1,656. Let's look at one more, a 4 by 2. This is as big and ugly as we get in 5th grade. And then these problems typically cause issues with students keeping track of their work. So let's see what happens. 7,243 times 83. Again, I'm going to start with that 3 in the ones place and just start multiplying like I do with standard algorithm, but I'm keeping track of my answers different. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 4, that's a 3 times 4D. 3 times 4 is 12, add a 0, 120. 3 times 2, that's a 3 times 200, so I get 600. And then finally 3 times 7,000, so 3 times 7,000, 21, and 3 zeros. So I'm going to write my 3 zeros and then my 21. I'm going to add these up. So I get a 9, 2, 7, 1, 2. So right now I'm at this. Now I'm going to move over to that 8 in the tens place. So that's an 80. I'm going to get 80 times 3. 8 times 3 is 24. Add the 0. So 240. Then it's 80 times that 40, or 8 times 4. So 80 times 40. 8 times 4 is 32. Add 2 zeros. Then I have 80 times 200. 8 times 2 is 16. Add the 3 zeros. And finally, 80 times 7,000. 80 times 7,000. If we're just using patterns of 0, it's 8 times 7, which we want students to know at this point what 8 times 7 is. It's 56. And then they're going to add 4 zeros. And write our 56. Okay. Now here is where students, you can see probably right now, how students can get their place value all mixed up, and this is where the issue happens, is with the addition here. So let's see, I'll make sure I'm in my ones place. 9 plus those zeros is 9. 2 plus, I gotta make sure I can read my work too. 2 plus 4 is 6. 7 plus 2 is 9. 9 plus 2 is 11. Regroup that. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 plus 6 is 11. And I want to regroup that. Make sure I'm in my 10,000s place. So that yes. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 1 is 4. 4 plus 6 is 10. Regroup that. And 1 plus 5 is 6. Okay, so I got this answer. And if I put in my comma where it needs to go, I got an answer of 601,169. And thankfully and mercifully, this is as challenging as we get in 5th grade.